In Brazil's Amazon, these indigenous Mandaruku warriors are marking the borders of their ancestral lands with signs that read Federal Government, Suaremajubu Territory, Protected Land. It's been a decade since the Mandaruku cleared their territory's borders, enough time for the world's largest rainforest to erase their work. It's a tough job, and one that Chief Juarez says is the government's responsibility.
Não é obrigação nossa.
This is not our job. It's the government's obligation to demarcate indigenous lands, but they are not doing it. We have been struggling to protect this land for 25 years, but we are continuing to demarcate it.
Território, mas a gente
It is already demarcated, and we continue to clean the borders to keep them alive.
The formal demarcation of an indigenous territory is a crucial step in securing the protections guaranteed in Brazil's constitution. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva vowed to resume the process of recognizing new reservations, which had been halted under his predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro. Since taking power, Lula's government has recognized 10 new reservations. 62 indigenous territories are waiting for his signature, and about 200 more are under study, or with defined borders but still unprotected by the government. Brazil's Indigenous Affairs Agency says it is short-staffed but is working to establish the boundaries. But Lula's promises have drawn backlash from groups that say more roads, railways, and power plants are needed in the Amazon to generate jobs. The Suaremajubu territory includes some 690 square miles of jungle on the banks of the Tapajós River, one of Brazil's only major rivers without a hydroelectric dam. In 2016, an 8,000-megawatt project that could have flooded most of the territory was shelved by Brazil's Federal Environmental Agency for failing to consult the Mandaruku or provide proper impact studies. They also face an indirect threat from government plans to build a 620-mile railway for grain exports. Backed by farmers and multinational grain traders, indigenous leaders fear the project could make access easier. The territory has also faced rising invasions from illegal loggers and gold miners. Activist and tribe member Alessandra Mandaruku says the lack of demarcation encourages them.
A gente não vai desistir.
We are not giving up. The Ministry of Indigenous Peoples, often the government, governments enter and leave.
Ele tem a obrigação de olhar para nós.
They have an obligation to look at us, an obligation to look at the indigenous people. We are not begging here. We are just wanting our rights, and that is always our right, especially land.